Hey, fire sign, and welcome back to the journey of self. I am your intuitive tarot reader as well as your host, Brandy, and welcome back to the journey. Okay, guys, so today I've added a couple of new decks, to the repertoire, okay? So I've gone ahead and I've pulled two cards for you guys. Let me take out my bookmarks. I've pulled two cards for you guys from the Fairy Tale Oracle deck. Okay, this is a new deck that I got. This deck, I really enjoy it. It does give a lot more background. It uses themes and storylines to portray its messages. It's really good in that way. All right, and I did get another deck. It is called the African American Tarot. All right, guys. Now, let's go ahead. I've already pre-pulled the Fairy Tale Oracle cards. It's two of them. I pulled them already because it's just way too much shuffling. Excuse me. Keep dropping cards. It's just way too much shuffling when I don't. All right. So let's see. I've actually written some notes from the book in reference to these two cards, okay? So the first card is Bluebeard, okay? This card does speak of family protection. It speaks of discovery and also hidden secrets. It speaks of forbidden fruit. And it also advises to listen to the family members who love you in this particular situation because they can see what you cannot. That is a direct message from this card. Listen to the family members that love you because they can see what you cannot. Okay? And the next card is Rapunzel, and this card speaks of liberation. Okay? This card basically says that faith will intervene. Be ready. Okay? It says that there will be no more waiting in this particular situation and that there are new prospects. But the direct message from this card today is that faith will intervene and you have to be ready. All right? I know this doesn't mean like letting your hair down like the story Rapunzel, but I feel like when the card said that to me, like I knew like, yeah, for sure. And what's going to help you get some clarification in this situation is exactly what was said on the other card, which is ask your family members that love you because they see things that you don't see in this particular situation. All right, let's go ahead and start pulling some of the cards. I'm going to start pulling the cards for the reading. And today I'm going to do something I never do, guys. I'm going to show my hand per se. All right. Okay. All right. Yep, for sure. I don't know if you guys can see these cards coming out, but when I show them to you, you'll see them. My cards are all backwards and flipped around. I think it was not like this, guys. I just did another reading. My cards were not like this. This happened as I was shuffling for you. And I feel like that's indicative of what you're actually feeling. I really do. I feel like you guys, that's how you guys are feeling, all turned upside down and turned around. All right. Something has happened. Something has changed. All right. All right. Let's see. All right, guys. So I think that in love, excuse me, I'm just trying to fix this. I feel like in love, you guys have been maybe carrying burdens that weren't actually yours. And I'm going to say this. Before we even get started because we're not quite there yet. But let's say this, right? We're talking about I feel like, okay, so it says like your family is going to help you. Your family can see things that you can't So I feel like you guys are in love with someone who may not actually love you the way you deserve to be loved. And I feel like there are family members who know this. And they may have been saying something to you. Or not. Maybe it might be up to you to go ask them. Maybe they're respectful enough to not say anything. I'm also going to pull 3 of the Doreen Virtue Romance Angel cards. Okay. I think maybe they're not saying anything, but they know. So if you ask these people you know you can trust and the ones who love you and always wish you well, if you ask them, they'll tell you exactly what you might not know. Or not only that, they'll tell you, maybe give you a different perspective on the situation. Because from what I'm seeing here, I see that there's definitely a transformation, but you may have been dealing with someone who was, like, say, a cheater or had some type of addictions, things of that nature. Maybe this person was even controlling or something like that. I don't know. This person had something that was like how do I say this? This person has some type of flaw that constantly burdened your relationship and burdened you. Well, I feel like you guys are at a crossroad. You can let this person go or you can stay. But liberation is yours if you want it. Okay? Liberation is yours. You don't have to wait anymore for this. You can go ahead and do all of those things that before you thought maybe you couldn't do or shouldn't do. A lot of cards just fell out here. Let's move this. Okay. Now, you guys, let's start with the first card, which is the Temperance card, which speaks about some type of balance being sought. I think that when this balance was being sought or sought after, it actually created a transformation. And 2 more cards just fell out. It caused a transformation. It caused a sense of looking around and wondering, in a way, like, where am I going? What am I doing? What do I have? I do believe that there is a new passion that is entering, a new spark that is either here or coming soon. Okay. The Temperance card, right? The Temperance card for me in this deck, because this is a different deck, the Temperance card for me in this deck can mean healing, medicine man, but it could also mean kind of like, pretty much carrying in a way. I don't know why, but it also, these African-American tarot cards are much different than any other cards that I've ever dealt with. They tell multiple stories in the same card. And I don't know if you guys can see it. I see it. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure, there are multiple scenarios running on these cards. But this card to me, because sometimes, this is going to sound weird, but I'm going to just say it. Sometimes, right? This particular man in the Temperance card, instead of him, because he's holding a knife, right? So this can mean like somebody that you're carrying that really doesn't have your best interest at heart. Or to me, sometimes this knife, for me, it transforms into a bottle. It looks like a bottle. So it leads me to believe that you can be involved with someone who may be in some type of, like I said, addiction, whatever it is, whatever type of toxic thing that they bring to the table, you chose to take it on. You didn't have to. It's kind of their thing, not yours. And then you guys kind of intermingle together and make it whatever it is. But I feel like balance was trying to be sought, though, in this particular. You were seeking balance. You were seeking some type of stability within yourself. It led to a transformation. Then it made you look around like, what am I doing? Where am I going? What do I have? Okay. There is some wise counsel that is available to you. And number one, let's think about it this way. The 10s also represent endings, right? Completions, I should say. Not endings, but completions. And if you look in this particular deck, there is an owl here. There is an owl here. And this particular card, speaks of forbidden fruits. It speaks of never losing that childlike curiosity. It speaks of even when it gets you in trouble, just understanding that that's part of the process. Sometimes you like what you find. Sometimes you do not. That's important. Sometimes you like what you find. Sometimes you do not. And then also it says to talk to your family and ask the ones who love you. With this owl being here, and as well as this other card saying that you need to speak to wise counsel, seek wise counsel in reference to the situation, do it. That's it. That's where you're going to get your keys from. That's where you're going to get your keys from. What keys? Your keys of wisdom, your knowledge to open those doors, to get rid of those blockages that you're looking to get rid of. Okay. Now you do have the Ace of Wands here, right? The Ace of Wands. I love that. The sun in the background. And it's a 1. And then we move to a 6, okay? Which talks about balance, which talks about reciprocation, which in this particular card, it also talks about celebration. It's a celebratory card. In this particular deck, when I see this card, there's like a woman singing in the card as well. There's a few things that involve that. Music can be very helpful in this journey that you're taking. I feel like music has either been very helpful, or the person that you need to speak to can sing. Or the person coming into your life that is going to bring, because, there is going to be some type of renewal, right? But I feel like family, celebration, music, and all this stuff has to come into play, or will come into play. All right. Then we move to a 7, which is a stage in this particular card of learning. Okay. It also talks about that childlike, in a way, like innocence. But this is the thing, right? Don't be immature. Don't be immature. Yes, you are in a victorious place. And yes, you are moving on to something in a way, in a better place, right? But don't taunt other people. Don't taunt other people. This is a time of learning. This is a time of listening to the wise counsel of others. The Hangman. The Hangman. See, this is proof in a way that if you notice in this card, he can't see, and there are eyeballs all outside watching him. This is another time to remark that you need to seek counsel, seek encouragement, and seek information from your family. I feel like the people around you see exactly what it is. You can't see, but they can see exactly what it is. And that's generally sometimes how it is in love, simply because, we get caught up in our emotions, and then it leaves us a little lacking in other areas because we're focused all in one. All right. See, you guys, in this particular spread, I see you guys taking on that King or Queen of Swords energy, right? Taking on that energy. If you guys notice, the Emperor in this particular card, it's the Emperor, but he has a sword. He has a sword in this particular deck. Okay. There's an elephant as well as a lion present with this Emperor. So yes, we are representing air sign. We are representing, I was thinking of Aries, but we are representing fire sign in this particular card. Okay. But I feel like in this particular spread, you guys are taking on that energy of cutting out what doesn't serve you anymore. Like I said, guys, as you do this, though, have unconditional love for yourself as well as others. Remember that this is a learning journey. Do not be immature. Do not be, don't be on your high horse. Don't be on your high horse. That's, pride always comes before the fall. You're moving to, I guess in a way, like you're moving to something calmer, because in this particular deck, and I also feel like there's information that's going to come in reference to that. You guys may be actually thinking about starting new ventures. But first, you're thinking to yourself, I need to go ahead and come up out of this situation that I'm in order to encourage my life. I would first like to commend you guys on this decision because it's a brave decision. A lot of times people do not live their truth because they're afraid. So anytime you decide to change what you're doing to do something unknown or something new, it's bravery that comes into play. The next cards that I have for here is playfulness. Okay. It says that to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Okay. Past life relationships. You know each other. You've known each other before. Past life relationships. Okay. This could be like some type of karmic cycle that you guys are indulging in. This situation for some can get better. For others, it's going to mean walking away. It depends on what the counsel is that you get. And I feel like this counsel is going to come from older and wiser family members. And please, when you're doing this, getting this information, please do something that the card said. Make sure this person has your best interest at heart. Make sure this person genuinely loves you. Because just because people are family doesn't mean that they genuinely have our best interest at heart or that there's real love there. Okay, so just make sure of that. And then there's something else to make sure of. If this person is not an older family member with your best interest at heart, if this person is a younger family member, but yes, they have their best interest, it's a thing like this. Like you guys may have multiple people that you can go and talk to about anything, but speak to the person that has what it is that you're trying to manifest. If it's a love relationship, make sure that theirs is seemingly successful. Put it that way. Right? Or they're older. It's like, in a way, I'm seeing two different scenarios of who you can talk to, just in case you're confused on who you should be speaking to. But you'll know by the love, and you'll know also by what they have to show for the advice that they're giving. Boom. That's how I wanted to say that. Okay? So past life relationships. This can also be some type of karmic cycle that you guys are indulging in, where you may actually be rediscovering. You may be rediscovering each other. And if that is the case, a retreat will be something that will help with that. Okay? All right, guys. Let's see. Is there any other messages that I have for you? Nope, that's it. I feel like you guys are just turn your focus onto this new passion that is coming into your life, whether it be something that you're learning or love. Turn your attention to that, and that's gonna benefit you in the long run, and it's gonna benefit you in any type of situation, because that's the energy right now. That is the next big thing coming in for you. Either it's a new passionate relationship, it's passion being rekindled in your relationship, or it's a new passion outside of relationships and others, and you're taking this on. Okay? That has been your reading, fire sign. I really do hope you guys enjoyed it. This is something special that I'm doing for, this month of love. Have a great rest of your day, and namaste.